Hello and welcome to the next video in my Paladin leveling series, where I show you how to level a Paladin from 30 to 80 in dungeons only. In this video, we'll be doing a short excursion of BRD to level from 52 to 54. Your talent points at 52 should look like this, and at 54 they should look like this. We'll be staying in BRD for only 2 levels this time around, as we can get some really insane experience per hour in another dungeon at level 54. One thing that really improves our speed at this level is the addition of consumables. In this video clip, I was actually using a classic flask, which I don't recommend because they can be pretty expensive and they're not really that good. What you should aim to use is actually an elixir of major strength and an elixir of major fortitude. These consumables should be pretty cheap on the auction house and will increase your power by quite a lot. You should also make sure to stock up on your level appropriate mana and healing potions, as they can reduce your downtime by quite a large margin. I also haven't really mentioned this so far, but you can also buy scrolls for next to nothing on the auction house, and they can be pretty nice to have as well. And if that's not enough for you and you want to further min-max your damage output on your character, consider leveling engineering so you can use explosives while you level as well. This is a really great option, especially if you plan to have engineering at level 80. None of these things are required, but they definitely do improve your speed and your leveling efficiency. My character has also been using a lot of the same gear for about 15 levels now, and at this stage I did feel a little bit underpowered compared to what I should have been, but even with this disadvantage I was still able to cap out at around 300,000 experience per hour inside of BRD. I highly recommend you spend a bit of gold to update your gear at level 52 and level 54. There's a lot of cheap options that are super powerful and can make your runs a lot better than what I'll actually be showing in this clip. If you do want to check out my gear, it'll be linked down below just like always. The run itself is very straightforward. At 52, you do want to take things a little slow with 1 pack at a time until you get used to the damage intake. These bloodhounds do have a bleed ability and a really annoying strength and agility debuff that hurts you both offensively and defensively. You should definitely try and kill any hounds as quickly as possible, because you can get quickly overwhelmed by bleeds and debuffs, and especially if you're using outdated gear like I was, it can be pretty scary to have a lot of hounds attacking you at once. First, we're going to be clearing out this big giant open area in the center, and then we're going to be running down the center of the prison wing and clearing our way to the boss. By the way, the boss does drop a pretty nice cloak, so if you happen to get that, then that's great. I would definitely keep that, but most of the time it's just going to drop the offhand and you're just going to end up vendoring it. Aside from the bloodhounds, there's a few debuffs and mobs you should pay attention to. The first one is going to be the disarm that comes from the guardsman. If you want to mitigate the effect from the disarm, you can take off your weapon and level up your unarmed skill before you try to come into BRD. This will actually allow you to continue to heal from melee attacks when you're disarmed. The Twilight's Hammer cultists do have a Shadow Word Pain ability that you should probably cleanse off, because it's just passive damage that you can avoid. The Wardens will cast a net at you that makes it so you can't move. You can obviously remove this with freedom. And the Prison Wing boss does have a mana burn and a fear ability. Aside from that, the mobs in here are pretty tank and spank. The mobs do flee in here when they get to low HP, so just make sure you have good positioning so that you don't pull too many groups when they run away. Someone did comment and mention that you could use Judgment of Justice on fleeing mobs so that they don't run away, which is a great idea, but honestly it's a little clunky when you're trying to manage your Judgment of Light to keep yourself alive. Just remember that Hammer of Wrath and Hand of Reckoning can be a great finisher to these fleeing mobs as well. After you've cleared out the center of the prison wing, you can take a left or a right outside of the boss's room and clear your way up one of the tunnels. If you're absolutely blasting through this, you can try and clear both tunnels, but I found it more efficient to just clear one side and then run out and reset. Something I haven't mentioned in these runs is the loot that you can get. If you wanted to, you could come in and loot all these mobs while you're leveling and actually make a decent amount of money. BRD has a ton of vendor trash, and you can also get a lot of green and blue items that you'll actually use for your own character or just send them away to be disenchanted. Not doing a single quest since level 30 does have the downside of not getting any money from questing. So if that's a priority for you, then you should definitely invest in some big bags and come into BRD with them completely empty. This run will give you a total of around 65,000 experience, which means we'll level up every 2 runs. If you do these runs in 15 minutes or less, then it should only take you about an hour to reach level 54 and progress to the next dungeon. When Joyous Journeys comes back, these guides are going to allow you to level your character at an absolutely insane rate, and I can't wait for the XP buff to return. Your BRD runs really shouldn't take you too much time at all, and this will be a very small pit stop on the way to level 80. That's about all I have for you in this very short video today, so make sure to thumbs up the video, comment down below, sub to the channel, join the Discord, sub to and follow my Twitch, add me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, add me on Snapchat, and message me on Telegram. Bye!